Well, uh, for those of you who don't know, my name is Jessica Ross. I have a different name on Facebook, but that's because I'm strange, and my name is not very strange. I really don't have a clear idea of what I want to talk about because this is like a reintroduction. This is me trying to get a grip on how to actually portray myself or organize my thoughts, portraying myself mostly. So it is February 1st of 2017. I'm 26 in a couple of months. And how do you describe yourself in a nutshell? There's no real easy way to do that. I love music. I listen to it constantly. I love politics in that I'd love to change the world, but I hate it just as much as anybody else. I want to be popular. I've always wanted fame to an extent, but I can't lie. Maybe a little to myself if it's so vague, or maybe I'll hold back. I'll say what's apparent or easiest if I don't think. And I do that a lot where I try to be sure that I'm covering every base. As long as it is true, covering every base though when it comes to things about myself, because to me honesty is the biggest thing in the world. There's no disputing it. There isn't enough of it. And the problem with truth about any things going on as far as politics and opinions on what is right is that it can be colored by what you do or do not know. It can be colored by your emotions at the time. It can be completely influenced by how you're feeling at that time. And I'd like to think that when it comes to viewing the world, I'm a little bit less emotional than others. But that is not true. I would say I'm colder than others, but I'm not less emotional in the slightest. I like people who are trying to get things out there, like Bill Maher or a lot of these Occupy pages on Facebook, news. I try to fixate on balance, but that is not so easy. Things aren't as clear cut as the duality. It's not black and white, and this is good and this is bad. But at the same time, there's a core aspect of that with the world. And I try to look at myself like I should never be a hypocrite. Like anything that I would want to see in the world is what I should be. The whole do unto others and all of that, I guess. I wouldn't say I'm religious, but I'm finding I'm actually probably, for simple terms, I guess I would call it pagan, but others call it witchcraft, Wiccan. I know a lot of rituals, but that's not really the aspect that makes me think I'm more pagan than Wiccan. I like Wiccan, but it's too universal. Let's just incorporate everything. Not if not if people are going to be so openly blatant in hating that that side of things, people who worship a female god as opposed to a male god, or who look at the opportunity for the theatrical in their prayer and so on and so forth. I mean, that's my opinion on it. And that's how I identify myself as a believer. I do like taking aspects of every religion, but it's not very feasible uh, to bring it all together into one religion. That's not what religion is. Religion is part of culture, in my opinion. It's something that develops within your stories and what's applicable to you in that country or that region or these versions of any story. I mean, that's just it. Even science in of itself is a story because we're trying to figure out what to do with it, and then we're creating things that changes the story for other people in in these countries and so on. It all kind of ties in together for me under the number 7, which I have tattooed right here. There's 7 chakras. There's to me there's 8 elements, but that's only because of light and dark being a separate entity in of themselves, and really they combine to create love. And I don't know. That's a whole other thing I'd like to talk about eventually, but that's why I think I'm pagan. I like to generalize. I like to find the truth, the absolute in what is life. And I don't always have a peg in them. I don't always have the exact phrasing of what things are, which is, you'd think if you put out enough videos out there, if people listen to you enough, that maybe they'd understand you. Lately, everything that I post on Facebook is about what's wrong with the world and what I'm doing right. And I'm so judgy. I know that I'm not the end all or be all. I am that for myself, though. And here's why. I don't have any family. I've said it again and again and again, and it still hurts. I'm still dealing with it. I'm starving. Maybe I'm just thirsty. I'm born on April Fool's Day. I nearly killed my mother at birth. My father was a psychopath, or so my mother says, and I believe her. I know this to be true for what is missing out of my life and for what sticks too. What I can remember. Because bits and pieces, everything progresses normal where I do have memory. But what's in those memories, it's not normal. It never has been. And everything that is true about my family is lately it's been coming to a close. What my mother is to me is complicated and most of my personality, and I'm learning that for me, I have to reject everything that she made me. I have to. There's no choice about that, but there's parts of it that are integral that I need to keep. And that's the reason why I've hated on her so bad for just turning her back on me when it came to men every single time. And I wish I hadn't made the mistakes that I had made with my external family. I brought that on myself, and I take complete responsibility for that. I was a thief. I was addicted to drugs, ecstasy to be specific. And I won't ever have cousins because what isn't Christian is either the ones I harmed or the ones that don't have long or have already passed. They have their own lives, and I know that. But it's kind of unfair for me to kind of keep going and being positive that I'm worth saying these things. It's like the good is just as likely to make you feel responsible for the things that you can't even help. I cannot help how many mistakes I have made in the past. I can just help how I deal with it in the future. But I also can't get rid of my memories. I can't. I can't not be alone. And I can't not be messed up in ways that just aren't fair. They all kind of have been coming to light, a little more clearly. All the ways I screwed up and reacted. I have to fix it. But I gotta break down again. I gotta stop hating so many things because I'll absorb it. I've been absorbing it, becoming it, and I don't have a choice. I gotta separate. Oh, everything that there is out there, I've been through in some way or another. I haven't been dying of cancer, for God. I've had asthma since I was 6. I can't console pedophiles. I can't explain it out of the world. I don't know how. I just can't. And I look back at everything that the world has gone through, everything that is in history, and I get it. I get it. It's nothing like me, and it's everything I'm made of. We're so fucked up. How do we civilize? How do we become civilized? And in this environment, when so many mistakes were made, oh, but we've survived. We've made so many different things, and shit. It's like it follows the exact same pattern. I feel like I'm at the core of something. Oh, I don't. Oh, I haven't taken an allergy pill in a day and a half. I'm insane. I avoided these. I avoided these like the plague for so long. Like, it's all the medications and all the ways that there are to be wrong and right and helped and fucked up. And God, I had to run in this world. I had to run away from all of the medications that they want to, all the disorders they want to put me on. No, I'm normal for what I've been through. he can't console all these things. And I have some opinions that, oh, I've had to, they are rational, but I have had to attach the right level of sympathy and the right level of logic to them, where suicide should be legal. If it were more socially acceptable. Lemmings do it. Bison will do it. When they're overpopulated, they just run off the cliff. Well, or the Indians chase them off. They were already used to it, so fuck it. Oh, itchy eyes. Alright. That is a bad thing to do. I feel like I have the constitution of willpower. Of I know my grammar is off, but I have been getting stoned every single day, and it's helping, and it's hurting, and it's like I've had to relive being 15 through 16. Yes, I have naked chicks, and Kramer on the wall, but I did not put them up there. I would not put that guy up there. No, but the naked chicks are alright. Well, one of them's naked. I'm sorry. I should have organized this a little bit better, but these are all the things that I wanted to talk about. I can only relate to the world as relating with my own situations, and suicide should be legal. Because if I felt less bad about it, maybe I could have just gone. Maybe I could have just been less of a problem for my family. Oh, there are no tissues around here because I'm dumb. Alright. My mother is screwed up. I am too intense. I feel everything that I come upon before I even think about it. I watch. I try to listen, but I'm not very good at that. But I always watch. And I figure it out. I can't do medications like what's it called? Lithium? I can't do that. I can't do Dexatrin and Ritalin and variations of meth because that's the drug. That's the drug that gets me addicted and turns me into a monster. That's the one. And I can't console all these different things that aren't me, but shape me. But I'm gonna damn well try. I have managed to screw up my life worse. I've been a crack whore. I haven't graduated high school. I I have an intellect, and I'm even rather organized for a stoner. But I haven't been exercising and taking care of myself. I've been taking care of somebody else, and that's not okay. And I'm basically putting this out there to say if you've been fucked up, I'm not trying to judge you. I'm just going to point it out, tell you how I either relate and got through it, or how the world sees it as a statistical, probably improbable, but a statistical thing that I think I have managed to figure out in my head from a psychological point of view, how the world would exactly view that and what they have done so far to fix it. I want to help people, and I realize now that I'm not exactly in the best frame of mind to do that. But I am one of the best people to attempt to do that, to give some form of guideline, I know I manage to give people all that I can, and I don't have room for myself right now, so I'm gonna have to back up. I'm gonna have to use this. I'm gonna have to figure it out. So I shall post every single week. What fucking day is it? Try and track myself getting better on every level to 20 minutes or so. Why not, right? Gonna look into some companies that'll let me advertise and will pay me and so on and so forth. Well, say it, do it, want it. I'm inconsolable at this point. I can't organize all the things. I think no human can, but I'm really trying. That's probably my complex. My worst complex, the one that's getting in the way of actually doing it. Thinking everybody else gave up on me, so I'm not going to give up on anything. Gotta try. I'll keep filming, like I said, every Wednesday, hump day. Why not? People are depressed in the middle of the week all the time. Alright, much love, people. Thank you.